Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on wherever you are watching us from. Yesterday, Mazi Nnamdikanu and his legal team made a very yesterday's outing was superb. It was excellent. We saw how his legal team, led by the former Attorney General of the Federation, Kanu and Gabi, they were top notch yesterday. Even the witness that came to testify against Mazi in Nnamdi, all what he was just saying was that I am not aware, I am not aware, I am not aware. So it means these people were not even prepared. Now, before I continue with that story, I I want to appeal to us. Please, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse because we have a lot of stories here, a lot of political discourse. Now, yesterday, I'll give you a breakdown, a summary of what transpired in court yesterday. Now, the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu introduced themselves to the government, sorry, to the judge in person of Justice Omo Tosho, and same as that of the federal government legal team introduced themselves to the judge of the case. Now, then witness BBB called into the dock. The witness was being called into the dock, and the witness BBB started and tendered a medical report indicating of the case of the case of death of Ahmed Gulag. Most of us had to know Ahmed Gulag, the man, one of Hope Uzodima's friend, that came to Imo State to visit Uzodinma. And then the transcript of the cross examination proceeding, witness BBB. So the witness tendered that as an evidence. Then Agabi Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer obtained a video statement from the defendant. Agabi obtained a video evidence from the defendant, and the witness said, "Yes, my lord." And then Agabi said in that statement, only the defendant and his lawyer were visible to accept that statement. So it was Agabi and the lawyer that were visible to accept that. And the witness from federal government said, "Yes, my lord." Then Agabi now asked the witness, the video was not complete. Are, are, are we able to see those who conducted the interview while you were wearing masks? That was what Agabi asked him. That can we see those who collected those videos and those interviews while you are wearing masks? And then again, Agabi, Mazda lawyer, asked him, for how long was the defendant in detention before you made this video? That was what Agabi was asking the witness of the FG, and the witness respond, "I don't know." All what they were saying in court was that I don't know. And then he said, "I'm not aware of his long detention, my lord. Defendant has been kept alone in cell all by himself." And then Mazi Nnamdi lawyer Agabi asked him, "But you must understand solitary confinement punishment, that if," he said you must understand solitary confinement, that if that you mean it is a punishment, did you keep him in a solitary confinement because he is danger to himself or the society?" That was what Mazi Nnamdi lawyer Gabi was asking the witness, and the witness came out and said, witness said, "I'm not aware he was in solitary um confinement." Then see, Agabi asked him, "You subjected Mazi Nnamdi to solitary confinement?" And the witness came out and said, "I am not aware of how long the defendant has been in detention. That means a witness coming out to say that he was not aware of how long Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in detention. Can you say that that is so what hilarious? This is a breakdown of what transpired in court yesterday. And now Agabi asked him, do you know the minimum days to keep someone in detention? That was Agabi asking him that, see, do you know how many days for you to keep someone in detention? And the witness said, from United Nations law, you can't keep someone for more than 15 days. That was what the witness was saying, indicting himself, saying from United Nations law, you can't keep someone for more than 15 days. Then Agabina asked the witness, then the long detention of this gentleman has caused him happiness. That is what Agabi was asking him. That the long detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has caused him happiness. And then the witness of the federal government said, I am not aware. Everything they are not aware. Everything they are not aware. They are not always aware. And then Agabi asked him again, are you aware this gentleman has been in detention for 4 years after the interview? The defendant has become very unhappy and frustrated. He asked him that simple question. And then you know this man has been in detention for 4 years after all these gulags deaths. And the witness of the federal government said that I am not aware. Everything they are not always aware. Everything they are not always aware because they don't have evidence to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in jail. And now let's move on. Then Agabi asked him again, are you aware? And then see, he said, Agabi asked him again, this prolonged detention is not through a court order. That was what Agabi was asking him. That all these years you guys have kept Mazi Kanu in detention. Do you know it is not a court order? That was what Agabi Kanu lead counsel was asking him. That do you know all this thing, all this detention that you've kept him in 4 years is not a court order. And the witness of the federal government said, I don't know, my lord. And then see, Agabi told him that, do you know that Kanu was arrested in 2015? He told the federal government lawyer, and the empty witness came out and said, I am not aware, my lord. I was not part of the investigation team. Then if you were not part of the investigation, then why are you a witness against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Someone that claims he is not part of the investigation team, and yet he's coming to testify something he is not part of. You see that the Nigerian government is unserious. They are unserious. And now Agabi asked him, do you know some of the charges were dropped? Agabi asked him, do you know some of these charges were dropped against Mazi Kanu? That was what the lead counsel Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Agabi asked the federal government witness. And yeah, this is the response of the federal government. He said, I don't know about the previous charge, my lord. Now, so even him was not aware that most of these federal of these charges were dropped against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was not aware that most of these things were dropped against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now Agabi asked him, following the amendments, several charges has been dropped. That was what Agabi told the court yesterday. And the federal government witness responded and said, I don't know, my lord. They don't always know. When it comes to the issue of Mazi Kanu, they don't always know. And now Agabi asked him again, all the charges, only 3 was attributed to the defendants. That in all of the charges you've claimed, that only 3 was attached to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the witness of federal government said, I don't know. They don't always know. That is their problem. And now, Agabi asked him again, do you know that the charges were amended 6 days after his arrest and kidnapping? That was what Agabi was asking him. Do you know that his charges was amended 6 days after his arrest and kidnapping? That was what he told them. That was what Mazi Nnamdikanu lawyer told them. Do you know do you know that the charges were amended 6 days after his arrest and kidnapping? He asked them that question. And the witness said, I am not aware, my lord. And then Agabi said, in fact, at the time, the charges has been pending in court for 6 years. As at that time, the charges have been pending in court for 6 years. And the witness of the federal government said, I am not aware, my lord. They are not always aware. They are not always aware. And then Agabi asked him again, do you know some of the charges were dropped? He asked him. Then he said, and then again, Agabi asked him, before you receive directive, you were aware of this matter? That was what Agabi was asking him now. Before you receive directive, you were aware of this matter. And the witness said, I don't know, my lord. They don't always know. That is their problem. They don't always know. And now Agabi asked him, in the letter, the AGF complained about the complaint he had received. What was the response of your office? And the witness responded again, I don't know, my lord. Then Agabi, which is Kanu lawyer, then asked him, the only investigation conducted was the video was he asked him that if the only investigation that was conducted is just the only video interview. And then the witness said it was not so, my lord. And then Agabi asked him again, I put it to you, you did not conduct any other interview. That was what Mazi Nnamdikanu told him, that I put it to you that they did not conduct any interview. And the witness said, I did, but the documents are in my office. Let's move on. Then everyone in the court laughs that how can you conduct a document, an interview, and you did not come with it? You conducted a what interview and you did not come with it. And now Agabi asked him, after you received the AGF directive, the charges were again amended. And the witness responded, I am just an investigator. That was what the witness said. I am just an investigator. I am not aware of the content of the charge. My lord, how can you charge someone and then you don't know what is in the content? Now, and then Agabi asked him, in directive, the FG already had given you his conclusion. Did you issue report after the investigation? That was what Agabi was asking him. That and then the witness said, yes, I did, my lord. And then Agabi asked him again, I put it to you that the charges remain the same after the directive of the AGF. I put it to you. So now, and then again, now Agabi now asked, I put it to you that the charges remain the same after the years, after the directive, after the directive of the AGF. And then Agabi asked him, I put it to you, you were influenced by AGF letter. That was what Agabi said. He said you been influenced by AGF letter. That was what he was telling the in investigation. And the witness responded, said, "No, my lord." That was what he said. And then Agabi asked him again. Southwest governor came together and agreed to form a vigilante group. And the witness responded, "I am aware the the governors did so." And Agabi asked him, "Do you get a letter from AGF to complain about the killing of innocent people?" That was what the AGF was asking him. The marksman, do you get a letter to complain about the killing of the innocent people? He said, "I am aware the Southwest governor formed Amotekun." So if the Southwest governor formed Amotekun, so is it a crime for Mazi Nnamdikanu to form ESN to safeguard his own people? To safeguard his own people. Is it a crime for him to form ESN to safeguard his own people? Because if these men did their own, is it a crime for Mazi Nnamdikanu to come out and form Amotekun? You can see the disparity. When the Southeastern governors were not able to take up the roles and the challenge, this young man took up the roles and the challenge and challenged himself to form a vigilante group in the Southeast. And now the South and now the federal government are now using that to hold Mazi Nnamdikanu. The question is, for how long can we continue with this? Please, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like our videos. Please share. Please comment for more political updates. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a wonderful edition of Politics on the Street today. Today, it's no news that Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is set to commission the first Biafra Washington Embassy. Some persons are of the view that what has Dr. Ngozi Orabueze done to the history and to the struggle. Now she's bringing what she has done, that Donald Trump is set to commission this embassy. And so and then we've seen some persons come out to say that that embassy is just a jamboree. Such thing will never come into reality. Such thing will never come into existence. But the truth of the matter is that these people, are they not tired of the Fulani killings, mines in Nigeria? Are they not tired? Just of recent, some days ago, the Fulani invaded Plateau State and killed over 16 people. Plateau State is now a mine zone whereby the Fulani can easily perpetrate their acts. And now nobody, even the government, is not coming out to condemn this killing. We don't know if the government indirectly or directly, they are the ones sponsoring this killing. And now we've seen someone who has taken over this freedom, this agitator, all to ourselves to make it a reality. And yet some persons are still coming out to condemn this woman, saying that this woman cannot lead the Biafra struggle. Then tell me, who is then fit to lead the struggle? Now that Mazi Samonepa has been given some restrictions of social media, and now we've seen someone who has come out of our own free will to lead this struggle. And some Igbo leaders are saying that will not become a reality. What does the Ohaneze Igbo really want? What does the Igbo's elders who have been bribed by this government, what do they really want? They want everybody in the entire race to be wiped out so that nobody can come out and speak about the illegal mines in the southeast, where army, where we've seen some identified persons being killed on a daily basis. And now nobody is coming out to condemn the killing. And yet Dr. Ngozi Odabueze is making moves. And yet we've seen leaders, the Igbo leaders, coming out to condemn that move. The truth of the matter is, the enemy of a man is within his household. And we've seen that those who are against the biafra struggles are not even outsiders. They are mostly people, even from the Igbo race. When Dr. Ngozi Odabueze announced that they are set to commission the Washington DC Biafran embassy, and that it will be done by the US President Donald J. Trump. We've seen Bianca Ojukwu tweet saying it is a lie from the pit of hell. Why don't you wait until that becomes a reality? Why can't you wait until it becomes a reality? The same people that was being used to kidnap Nnamdi all the way from Kenya, the same people that was being used to